40-something, back again for another episode of Courtside Seat Show. Of course, you know, it's your boy, Sean the Slim God. Let's go ahead and get this started. So if you had any doubt or any speculation that LeBron wasn't going to make it to the finals this year after playing 82 straight games, all the games, and playing 7 games in the first round, blowing out the #1 team in the second round, and going 7 games in the final round playing against Boston. Sunday night actually proved everybody who doubted him wrong. LeBron came out there and played all 48 minutes. He was stunting, but more importantly, his teammates showed up when they needed to. Jeff Brown actually made some really big time 3-pointers that was needed. And FYI, Kevin Love and Kyle Korver didn't even play Game 7. So, you know, you got to give a shout out to Jeff Green. You got to give the super duper shout out to J.R. Smith. Because if it wasn't for them two, it would have just been LeBron. And as usual, they would have been a day late, a dollar short. So, super duper kudos to LeBron. You know, after them 7 games, man, you know, that was really tough. You got to give super credits to Jayson Tatum. Jayson Tatum is looking like a young Kobe out there, scoring-wise. You know, he's a great scorer. He's just young. You know, this is literally his first year. And he's this good his first year. And for the fact that him being so good and him, you know, gonna be here for the next at least 15 years, man, speaks volume to Jayson Tatum and where he's gonna be at within the next 5 years of his career. So super duper shout outs to that. Those Boston boys really got something ahead of them. They just keep getting better every year. You know, they had a rookie, they had a second year, and they had a third year player out there stunting. You know, you got to give them credit. And last but not least, you got to give Al Horford the most credit, man. He was the one that actually got them to the Eastern Conference Finals, man. He kept the whole team structured. You know, of course, he was the veteran, the oldest one on the squad, but, you know, he was the core. And he kept them stable, and he kept them calm enough to at least get to where they were supposed to get, which is the finals. And if you were expecting to beat LeBron in these times, man, you just really got another thing coming. Now, with the Cavaliers going into the finals, it's going to be kind of tough because, of course, Kevin Love is going to be coming off of his concussion protocol. If anyone's seen the series, you've seen that Kevin Love was just doing everything he can do, but unfortunately, it just wasn't enough. His 22 and 15-point games and his double digits were just not enough. I was talking to a good friend of mine, man, and we kind of came to an agreement that LeBron needs one of those big Europeans. You know, he needs one of those ones that can run down the court, that can shoot the threes, you know, Nikola Jokic type. You know, LeBron is going to need some type of an advanced team actually to take the pressure off of him. Not saying that he can't get to the same place he did this year, next year, but man, y'all gotta give that man some help, bro. It's also looking like J.R. Smith might not make it back. But if J.R. Smith and Kevin Love do make it back, it may look like LeBron may be leaving, man. So supposedly you didn't see him and Dan Gilbert say too much to each other. You know, it wasn't any type of congratulations and a happy conversation after winning Game 7. So, you know, there is some type of tension going on there. So you definitely keep an eye on that. And Game 7 of the Warriors and Rockets. Now, Chris Paul didn't play Game 6 because of a hamstring injury. But they're hoping and they're praying and everything else that Chris Paul can play Game 7. I believe without Chris Paul, they have no chance of winning. Without Chris Paul, period, they wouldn't even be in the position that they're at now. So, you know, I really give kudos to James Harden, but everything revolves around Chris Paul. The ball isn't being distributed to the right people without Chris Paul on that court. You know, unfortunately, James Harden just doesn't have that skill. You know, and it's not his fault. That's not his job. You know, his job is just to be out there and consistently score and bring as much defense as he can. But Game 7 in Houston is going to be Monday night. I believe that the Warriors know what time it is. You know, I also believe that they were really lazy in the last 2 games that they lost. Klay Thompson had a small injury in Game 4, and then in Game 5, Steph Curry really didn't step up like he was supposed to. But of course, Game 6, Klay Thompson came back, stunned it out, did what he was supposed to do in the third and fourth quarter, which was really great. It was like savior because it was ugly in that first half of Game 6. But Game 7 on the way. Houston has to bring everything that they can, and the Warriors just got to play their game. You know, as long as the Warriors play their game, I don't think it's going to be hard for them to take this win and go into the finals. But we're definitely going to have to wait and see that. But other than that, of course, man, these finals is coming up. The first game is on Thursday. I know I'm ready for it, and I cannot wait to see who's playing against the Cavs, man. I'm not necessarily rooting for the Warriors, but I'm definitely not a fan of the Rockets, as you know, as I say all the time. But I cannot wait to see that Monday night game. And we'll see if LeBron could actually compete for another ring. But other than that, that's about it. I can't wait for the offseason to start. That's when it starts getting to the nitty gritty. You know what I'm saying? The draft and the trades and the free agencies. I will definitely be here. Man, I also appreciate everybody for just tuning in, man, and checking me out. So I'll definitely see y'all next week. Peace.